Hi guys, welcome to the Coffee Break Podcast. I'm your host, Emily Lung. I am so pumped. Y'all have no idea how long this has been in the works. When I say it's been in the work for months, it's been in the work for months. And I'm so glad it's come to a light. And this quarantine has really gotten me busy and doing things at home because I'm not working right now due to the virus. And I'm really just excited that I can put some time into some extra hobbies that I've been really wanting to do. And it feels good to finally tell you guys and be out here and recording episode 1. And I'm just so pumped. But hello, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Emily Lung. And if you didn't listen to the trailer, you should. But I'm going to give you in this episode just a little rundown of who I am, what you can expect from the podcast, what I've been doing in quarantine, just kind of catch up to speed with, me and the pod. So yeah, let's just jump on into it. For starters, I feel like giving you a little background of what I do and why I do what I do might be a good little insight. So I actually coach cheerleading and tumbling here in Austin, Texas, and I have been doing that for, since I was 17, I think. So over 10 years. Oh gosh. No, it'll be 10 years this year. What? I don't know. How old am I? What? Anyways, I've been doing it for a long time. So yeah, hello. I'm actually a retired all-star cheerleader. Thank goodness I'm retired. I know people my age are still competing. What are you doing? I'm hurting and I'm tired, but I did competitive cheer my whole life, and I think that is a big part of who I am and who made me into who I am. I have so many good things that came out of that, as well as some rough things that we'll get into later in later episodes. But I could literally do a whole episode on my upbringing through cheerleading and my thoughts on cheerleading and the industry as a whole. So if that's something y'all are interested, definitely let me know. But cheerleading we could talk about forever. But anyways, moving on from that, it kind of got me into fitness in a sense. So from there, I really was lost after competitive cheerleading. Side note, I won Worlds in 2014. That's one of my biggest accomplishments as an athlete. So many other accomplishments as a coach. Maybe I'll have to do an episode on it. But after 2014, when I won Worlds, I was done at that point. I was cheerleading, you're over with. You're gone, girl. My body just hurt. I've had a lot of injuries, and it was time. I was 20 years old. I was time to be a real adult. So I stopped doing cheer, and then I gained all this weight because I wasn't really doing anything active. So I jumped into bodybuilding. Let's just go from one extreme to the next, Emily. Why not? So one night I was just over the weight, and I just signed up for a bodybuilding show. No coach, no nothing. I'd watched some YouTubers that did it, and so I freaking did it. So I did it all by myself, 12-week prep. Competed in my first show. Obviously I didn't win, but it was crazy. I dropped a crazy amount of weight, probably not the best way. I thought I knew what I was doing, and I got into it from there. I ended up getting a coach and doing it the right way the next time. But anyways, that kind of what jumped me into it. Whereas I am now not competing. I love spin, Soul Cycle, Love Cycle. That's my jam, and that's just what I love to do. Also love lifting weights and just being active and being outdoors and going on hikes and just doing things like that just to get a nice sweat in. I thrive on that. And it kind of pushed me in the direction that my YouTube's in. Oh, I'm also a YouTuber. Hey. So I, from there, made this more fitness realmed, but lifestyle-y YouTube channel where I just vlog day to day, show you what I'm eating, my workouts, things like that. And I'm actually a 1UP nutrition ambassador. That's been a big accomplishment of mine. I love 1UP nutrition. I have for years. So when they asked me to become part of the team, I literally lost it. You can ask my friend Jessica and my parents. I was so pumped. So I've been with them for a while now. And so that's something else in my fitnessy realm that's just made me kind of go up those tiers in the fitness game. So, I've been doing it, just living my best life here, thinking I'm the best fitness fanatic since sliced bread. No, I'm just kidding. Like, I literally am so not your typical fitnessy influencer guru. I'm very chill. Like, I will devour a bag of Oreos, but I'll also go ham on some Brussels sprouts. You know what I'm saying? So I love to be realistic with myself and knowing that I like to snack and I like to live my best life. And I also like to look good and feel good. So it's just, I make the two mashes best as I can. So that's just a little, bit of that. So talking about yourself is one thing, but hearing what other people think about you is like a whole other thing. So I thought it'd be super fun for this first episode for me to ask people close to me what they think the podcast should know about me jumping into this. And I thought it was really interesting to hear the things that people said about me, things that I wouldn't talk about myself because it sounds almost conceited, but hearing it from someone else, I'm like, wow, that is so me. Like, I love that people think that about me. So I asked 3 special people in my life to give you guys insight about me. So the first person I asked is my mother. Hey, Mom, I know you're listening because I'm making you listen and you helped me make this podcast. So the first thing my mother thinks y'all should know about me is that I am a comedian and don't know it. I love to think that I'm funny and that I'm a comedian, but I think it's more of the stories I tell about myself being embarrassed that make me funny. Like, I don't know. I like to think I'm funny, but I think it's more of people laughing at me rather than with me. So thanks, Mom. She also said I'm dingy. I hate to admit that one, but I think it's a nicer way of saying I'm just not that bright all the time. Like, the things that I think are happening or really, I don't even know how to jump into that. Yes, I'm dingy. We'll just agree with that one. She also said that I'm loyal and dedicated. I am a ride or die type of gal, so I'm going to agree with that one because another point she said is that I don't quit anything, and that is so, so true because, side note, some of you might know this, but anyways, so I did All-Star Cheer, which I said already. I actually played softball as well growing up. I don't even remember how old I was, maybe like no, I don't even know how old I was. I was young, but I did softball and I hated it. When I tell you I hated it, I have never hated anything more, but I finished that entire season because I refused to quit. I don't quit anything. There was a couple All-Star Cheer years that were really rough for me. They were rough years and I stuck them out. I don't quit. Like, I literally don't quit. I just can't. I'm not a quitter. So yeah, that's so true. She said that you can laugh at yourself because that's the best thing to do when something is going wrong in your life. I'm the kind of person I just have to laugh about it. Like, I'm just like, how could this happen to me? Like, when you have those days, because I have them a lot, where just everything's going wrong. You spilt your coffee, you were late to work, you ran out of gas, like just everything piled up in the same day. Like, at the end of the day, and I'm so frustrated and ready for the day to be over, I sit there and I literally laugh at myself. Like, how could all these possible things happen to me? Like, they say bad things happen in 3s. Mine happen like 10s and 12s. Like, if I have a bad day, it's not just like a bad morning, it's a bad day. Like, and so I just have to laugh it off, and I'll call my mom and start telling her about my day, and the two of us just start laughing because we're like, is this real life? Like, I need a reality show. Like, I'm sure you'll hear some of the stories, but yeah, I definitely have to laugh at myself at times. She also said that I am an electrician by nature. Y'all, this one is so true. Like, I have to toot my own horn. Like, I'm so good with electronics, and I definitely get this from my dad. And I think I just like observed him for so long being like so tech savvy and has always been tech savvy. And so there's a funny story I have to tell you because it's really short and it relates to why she said this. But one time, I think I was probably 8, maybe 7 or 8, I had a karaoke machine. I was obsessed with this karaoke machine, y'all. I just loved karaoke when I was a kid. I still love karaoke. What am I saying? But my parents got me this karaoke machine and I thought it wasn't loud enough and it needed to be louder. And so I went to my dad's garage. I don't even know where my parents were at this time. I don't even know. But I went and took my karaoke machine to the garage. And I found these old computer speakers that my dad had that no one was using. So I took them upon myself and I was going to find a way to hook these speakers to my karaoke machine. Mind you, there's no aux plug-in or speaker plug-in on the karaoke machine. So in my mind, at 8 years old, I'm like, I'm going to splice the wires from the karaoke machine and these speakers, make the wires somehow connect. Use this like electrical tape it together so, it's sealed. And those speakers worked, y'all. I mean, karaoke machines and speakers were a lot more simple back then when I was 8, but the fact that I was 8 and I figured this out by like watching my dad for so many years, and I made it work. And I remember my parents coming and finding me splicing these wires, and they're like, what the heck? And then when it worked, y'all, I literally felt like God in that moment. I'm like, I'm so cool. Like, I'm so good. So that's what my mom means, because there was a lot of times you could catch me like figuring electrical stuff out. So yes, electrician by nature, fun fact. So love that for me. She said, you think you don't like kids, but you do. I'm always telling my mom that, guys, don't take this the wrong way. If I coach your children, I do love kids because I wouldn't be working if I love kids, but I love kids at a certain age. Like, I can't connect with a young mind, like it's so hard for me. It's so hard. I don't have nieces or nephews or like small children in my family that I like ever took care of or hung out with. Like, my brother and I, like, we were the younger ones we have a very small family, for one, very small. So I didn't like grow up with like babies around the house or like kids. And my brother and I are so close in age. Like, I just never had to deal with that growing up. And so I have not a lot of sympathy, if that's the right word, for young children. And I'm just like, why don't you understand me? Like, I don't get it. And working in the field I am now. So previously when I was like just coaching cheer, like competitive cheer, I didn't deal with that age group. Like, I was working with like 7-year-olds and up, and it was fine. I had some 5-year-olds, but they were like smarter because they were like on all-star cheer. They could hang. They, had done show team or something. But now at the gym I'm at, I'm coaching toddler classes, and it has taught me so much about myself. Actually, shout out to Daisy. If you're listening to this, she has taught me so much about how to deal with small children. I never dealt with it. I remember when I was given these classes, I was so stressed out. I remember calling my mom being like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, I literally don't know how I'm going to do it. And my mom just laughed at me, thanks, Mom. But I've learned a lot about myself, and I do really like those taught classes now and appreciate them. And they have taught me so much about myself. So yes, I do love kids. Do I love them enough to want my own? No, sorry, Mom. I love that I get to get them for an hour and then I get to send them away. It's the best. So yes, I do love kids. I just don't want my own, I say that now, and then in a couple years that might change on this podcast. But as of right now, I'm good with coaching them and sending them on their way. So yeah. The next person I asked is Trey. Oh, Trey roasted me, y'all. So if you don't know who Trey is my boyfriend. And if you watch my vlogs, he just roasts me a lot, like all the time, all the time. So of course his were not the best. His first one's really, really good because I didn't even mention this. So this is a good note to know about me. His first thing he wanted me to tell you guys is that I am Asian, German, and Mexican. I know, I am a mutt. So I literally get so many. Everyone always just thinks I'm Hispanic because I'm brunette and dark skin and I tan really fast. So in the summer I'm dark, but in the winter I'm a little more pasty. So yeah, I'm very, very mixed. I have all sorts of backgrounds in my family. Like from my mom's side and my dad's side, like you can get like you go to one of my grandparents' house and it's completely night and day different from the other just because of our background. But it's awesome. It's really, really cool. When I tell people that, they're like, whoa. And everyone gets the Asian descent because Lung is my last name. So people are always like, wait, you're Asian? Because I don't look super Asian until I smile. So, but yeah, fun fact. I am very, very mixed. The next thing he thought y'all should know me is that I rage at video games. I think this one's great. So I post about it sometimes on my Instagram. I don't talk about it too much, but I love video games. Like, I'm a video game nerd. And I think this comes from growing up with a bunch of boys. So in my old neighborhood growing up, It was my brother and our two neighbors, JJ and Adam. Hey guys, they're literally like other brothers to me. I grew up with them, like with just all boys, and there was another guy down the street who's good friends with us, and it was literally just boys all the time. Like I was skateboarding, I was like on my Razor scooter going down the ramps with the boys and rocking my Tweety Bird sports bra and basketball shorts. Oh, I have to find that picture. I have to, Mom, if you're listening, I need that picture. I was just a tomboy. Like I grew up with the guys, so when they were playing video games, your girl was playing video games. Like that's how I grew up. So I still love the idea of video games. So I'm really into Fortnite. I played Apex for a little bit, but I'm really into Fortnite. And I literally get so mad at that game that I like throw the controller, and Trey like screams at me. He's like, "You're going to break my controller." So I think this past Christmas, and I think his birthday or something, or no, it was Black Friday and one other holiday, I got him 2 different controllers because I know one will break eventually from me. So yes, raging at video games. The next thing he thought y'all should know about me is that I hate to cook, clean, and do the dishes. Like, wow, he really just wanted to roast me on that one. So I hate cleaning, but I expect my apartment to be impeccable. I don't know. That's just how I am. I get that from my dad. It needs to be like in mint condition at all times. And if it's not, I'm so mad, but I don't want to clean it. But I straighten up, whatever. And I hate cooking. I'm a crock pot, air fryer type of gal, microwave. I want it to be quick and done and simple. I do like HelloFresh. I just don't like the process of like washing the produce and chopping it up and all that. But it's the easiest cooking if I'm actually cooking. So Trey does most of the cooking in our household. So yeah. And I hate the dishes. I've never liked the dishes. I'll never like the dishes ever. So the dishwasher is my best friend because I hate hand washing. Oh, I hate dishes. I think they're so gross. So yeah, if it wasn't so bad for the environment, I would just have paper plates all the time, but I don't have any paper plates in my house, so don't roast me. So, and the last person I asked is my great friend / manager. I call her my manager. I literally go to her for business advice all the time, I feel like. And that's Jessica. Oh, Jessica. Jessica and I have a very, very fun friendship. It's more like a little sister, big sister friendship. So I actually coached Jessica my first year ever coaching All-Star. And she was a junior or senior in high school. And I was like freshly 19, maybe. We were very, very close in age. And no, I had to be a little bit older. Maybe I was 20, whatever. And it was like a big sister, little sister like relationship. And, I coached her. And then after cheerleading, when she went off to college and stuff, she got into bodybuilding as well, which I was currently doing at this time. And so we ended up doing a show together and we got really, really close. I'm close with her family. Like I love the Williamsons. Hey guys. So she gave me some good points that we haven't talked about that I thought would be interesting to talk about as well. So she thought y'all should know that I have torn my ACL 2 times. Man, I should do an episode on injuries because y'all, like, literally I have blown up my knee twice. So it's not just my ACL. I've done ACL, meniscus, ACL, or I already said ACL, MCL and PCL at different times. So I've had my whole knee like completely redone once, and then literally 1 full year later, actually a little less than a year by a few days, or maybe more by a few days, whatever. Same month, 1 year later, I tore it again, and it was just ACL meniscus. And y'all, that I have bad knees, okay? Literally bad knees. In my other knee, I didn't have surgery, but I've torn my MCL in it, and it's just, that's why I retired when I was 20, and that was already pushing it. That was post 2 surgeries. So yeah, fun fact. She also thought you should know that I did All-Star since I was 12. I was a late bloomer. Nowadays, you start at 12. Good luck. I'm just kidding. That's mean. It's just hard. It's just if you have someone starting at 5 and then you have someone jumping in when they're 12, that 5-year-old already knows so much. It's insane. I wouldn't have lasted, but I started when I was 12. I was very, very late to the All-Star game. I did touch on this. She said you coached cheer. since you were how old? And I kind of touched on that. Since I was like 17 or 18, I've coached in a cheerleading gymnastics facility. So, but I started coaching actual all-star when I was 20. So, no, 19, 20. I think 19 actually. I don't even remember. It's been so long. And then I did touch on the last note, which was I've competed in 3 bikini shows. Actually, I don't know if I said 3, but I've competed in 3 bikini shows, 2 NPC, and 1 other league that I don't even know if it's around anymore. I don't even know. But I did compete in bikini shows. It was a great part of my life. I was actually supposed to compete again this year, but with Corona, like canceling a lot of the shows, it was kind of like a blessing in disguise because I just don't think I was mentally ready to do that again. It's such a hard and long process and a lot on your body. And I just don't think I'm in the realm of doing that anymore. I'm kind of beyond that. And as much as I love and respect the sport and I'm so into it, I just don't know if I'll compete again. I'll never say never, but I just definitely not this year with everything going on. And I don't even know what next year holds because 2020 has been so insane. So yeah, those are like fun facts that, you know, people thought you should know about me. I thought that was really fun because I gave you some little mini stories about why they would say that. So good times. I want to take a quick break from the podcast and talk to you guys about Buzzsprout. If you want to follow the link down in the show notes and let Buzzsprout know that I sent you, you get a $20 Amazon gift card just for signing up for a paid plan. It helps support the show, you know, the coffee break and myself. And it's a great source if you're wanting to start your own podcast. So follow the link down below in the show notes for your $20 Amazon gift card and start your own podcast because it's so much fun. For the last part of the episode, I thought it'd be fun to just talk about, you know, this lockdown or shelter in place order a lot of us are experiencing right now with Corona. It's actually pretty crazy. And I never thought I would see this happen to our country. So I actually live in Austin, Texas. So we have a shelter in order place right now, kind of like, you know, in quarantine, lockdown, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's calling it different things. So there's actually 206 cases in my county. I checked this morning. That is insane. Luckily, I've just been at home, you know, working on the podcast, on YouTube, doing my thing. Actually did like a curbside order for groceries so I don't have to go inside because like I'm trying to be calm about it, but I'm also like nervous about getting it because it could be up to 2 weeks till you show symptoms. And I keep watching I've been watching the news every single night at 5 or 6 o'clock, which is very unlike me. I never really watch the news. I just look on Twitter and stuff, but I've been really watching it lately just with like all like the politics with November coming around and with the coronavirus. It's just insane. So life in Austin is really crazy. We still have takeout, like we can still go pick up food or have it delivered, which is crazy. What's good for the businesses, but it's also like still risky for the people that are having to work. So I really feel for them right now. And yeah, I'm actually going insane. So I've been really active on TikTok. If you want to follow me, it's just Emily Long on TikTok. I've lost my mind on there and I'm just trying to keep myself busy. I've been working out at home and posting a lot of my at-home workouts and stuff and just trying to stay active because I'm such like a go to the gym type of gal. And like I said, I like to go to spin. So luckily my parents gave me a stationary bike and I've just been spinning at home on my own. You can watch me spin on TikTok. Actually, I like making little spin videos. And after making those videos, I'm literally dripping in sweat. It's so much fun. So yeah, it's just crazy that we're all at home. I've had 2 different FaceTime or like Zoom call happy hours, which have been really fun. And we did one with our family last night and it was just so cool, like seeing everybody and everyone had their drink. And we just had a little happy hour. It was super fun. I think I might try to organize one with all my friends or something because I miss them so much. And it's just, I don't even know what to say about it because I just never thought I would ever live through this. Like this is something that'll be like in our textbooks and it's just bizarre. So I would love to know like what it's like where you are and what is it like? Like how much of a lockdown or shelter in order are you guys on, where you're from, where you're listening? Let me know at my Instagram in the comments of my latest photo because I'm very curious what it's like. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast. Just wanted to give you an overview of like what you can expect and what's to come and really who I am. I feel like you got mainly like who I am. That's my backstory, what kind of episodes we'll be talking about first, like coming from my backstory. So yeah, I have some really, really exciting interviews planned already, and I'm so, so stoked. So stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, wherever you listen to your podcast. It would mean so, so much to me. And I will be here, same place, same time, next Wednesday. Toodles.